welcome back to Couch Casual Sports, where today we're going to be doing once again another division mock draft. Today's mock draft is on the AFC South because the Titans have the fourth pick. So we are going to be doing the Titans, Colts, Jags, and Texans 5-round mock draft. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the first three picks are going to be Mendoza, Bain, and Bailey. Now, obviously Mendoza is going to be gone at 1, and I expect one of Bain or Bailey to potentially be gone at 4. However, I don't expect Arvell Reese to be here at 4, but I am not going to take Arvell Reese at pick 4. I think that would be the easy pick if I'm the Titans. They did just trade for Jermaine Johnson, though, and they signed John Franklin Myers. So I actually don't think that edge rusher is at the top of the Titans' mind here with this fourth pick. They don't need interior, not necessarily with Jeffrey Simmons. I think they got to continue to help Cam Ward out on offense, whether it's giving him a receiver, giving him a tight end, giving him some O-line help. They got to help Cam Ward out. He showed a ton of flashes his rookie year. I'm really high on Cam Ward. And Jeremiah Love is right here at pick 4. I think this makes perfect sense. Yeah, you got Tajay Spears, you got Tony Pollard. Those guys are fine, but they're no Jeremiah Love. They're no rookie contract Jeremiah Love. And I think Jeremiah Love is one of the best players in the draft class. I think the Titans just need difference makers, playmakers on the offense. And I think Jeremiah Love is exactly that. So I'm going to go with him at number 4. We have a long pick till our next pick, and that is Houston at 28, mainly because the Colts traded their first-round pick 25, to the Jets for Sauce Gardner. So the Texans are the next pick here at 28. And a thing with Houston is obviously you don't really think they need defense because they have one of the best defenses in football. But the one weakness on their defense is the interior. Tommy Tagai, Sheldon Rankins, and Logan Hall is their interior D-line room. That's not very good, right? You have one of the best edge rush duos in football with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. You have a very good linebacker room, although that could use upgrades or just help later on in the draft. I wouldn't mind if they went linebacker in like rounds 2, 3, 4, whatever. Secondary is near perfect, especially because they signed Reed Blankenship. Like maybe they could have went safety, but with Reed Blankenship, I think their secondary is completely great. They did trade for David Montgomery, so I don't think they go running back. They could look at receiver, but they've drafted so many young guys with Noel, Tank Dell, who might be coming back soon, Hutchinson, Jaden Higgins. They don't really need, even Nico Collins isn't that old. They don't really need a receiver. I think it's O-line or D-tackle for Houston. And Vega Ione is available. When I'm mocking for every team, I normally have him go to the Chargers at 22, and even I had him go to the Ravens at 14 not too long ago. But he is sitting right here at pick 28 to Houston. Because normally I don't take O-line for Houston because, again, I have Vega Ione gone. And if he is not on the board, there's no interior offensive lineman or interior offensive lineman worth taking with their pick. So I normally just go D-tackle, whether it's Peter Woods or Caden McDonald. But Vega Ione is available. And I always have a hard time. Do I go with what is likely going to happen? Because I don't think he's going to be available. I do think Caden McDonald's going to be available. Or do I just take the pick and just go with Vega Ione? Because the Houston needs guard more than D-tackles. So I'm going to go Vega Ione to the Houston Texans at 28. Titans are back up at 35. They got Jeremiah Love at pick 4. They could go Caden McDonald. I know they have Jeffrey Simmons, but outside of him, they don't have a lot. He's probably the best player available. Kenyon Sadiq is on the board. That's very enticing. Kenyon Sadiq is very enticing. I like Gunnar Helm a lot. Don't get me wrong, I really like Gunnar Helm. They could go Caleb Lomu out of Utah. That's interesting. Because what's their tackle situation? They have Peter Skoronsky. They moved him to left guard. They have Dan Moore. They have J.C. Latham. I don't know if they need a tackle necessarily. It's either Caden McDonald or Kenyon Sadiq. I guess you go Emmanuel Pregnon here out of Oregon if you want to address the interior. But I think, again, I'm a big Gunnar Helm fan. But I don't know how you can pass up on a guy like Kenyon Sadiq at pick 35. So, especially because, again, the goal of this draft is to get talent around Cam Ward or offensive lineman help. So I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq to the Titans at 35. Next up, we have the Houston Texans at 38. They got their guard, Vega Ione. You know who's still on the board? Caden McDonald. Caden McDonald is still here on the board. It's an easy pick. Don't have to think twice about that pick. Finally, we get to see the Indianapolis Colts make their first selection at pick 47. Colts are an interesting team in terms of what they need. Looking at their depth chart, their O-line's actually pretty good. They did lose Braden Smith to Houston, so maybe they invest in tackle, or maybe they like where their tackle's at, therefore they decided not to bring Braden Smith back. So I think they believe in Jalen Travis, who was picked last year but didn't play too much, obviously, because of Braden Smith. They don't need tight end. They don't need running back. The receivers are pretty good. I think you got to go defense here if you're the Colts. And I think linebacker is by far their biggest need. Like, it's not even close. They maybe could utilize a safety, maybe an edge rusher, but I think they got to go linebacker. Let's see, is there any linebackers worth taking? There's Jack Golday, who I have consistently given, or multiple times I have given the Colts Jack Golday when I do 2-round mock drafts, and he is available at pick 47. So I'm going to go with Jack Golday out of Cincinnati to the Colts. Next, we have the Jags at 56, another team that didn't have a first-round pick because the Travis Hunter trade. So this is their first pick of this mock draft. So we got to look at their depth chart. So quickly perusing the offense, if they go offense, it's got to be tackle / O-line. With Cole Van Lanen and Anton Harrison as your two tackles, you definitely could use some upgrades on that. I don't hate tight end for them. I like Brenton Strange, but outside of him, they don't have a lot. The receiver room is pretty good, especially if they don't trade Brian Thomas. Defensively, could use some linebacker help next to Oluokun because they lost Devin Lloyd in free agency. They could maybe use some D-tackle help, hence why we wanted to draft a Mason Graham before they traded back. So maybe they get D-tackle, linebacker, and tackle is probably, yeah, they're there, D-tackle, tackle, and linebacker. And again, maybe tight end. I don't hate tight end, to be honest, if there's any tight ends worth taking. Max Clare is the best tight end. It's not the end of the world, but I think they should look elsewhere. AJ Halsey's interest. Do they need a safety though? They could use a safety, but I feel like they're solid at safety. There's Dante Corleone, D tackle, out of Cincinnati. Again, they need a linebacker. I think is their biggest need. They could go Heisman finalist Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech, or do we just go with Dante Corleone out of Cincinnati? I'm just gonna go with Dante. I'm gonna play it safe. I don't know how high Rodriguez is actually going to go. I don't think he'll be in the 80s like this board has him, but we're going to go with Dante Corleone out of Cincinnati to the Jags. They didn't get Mason Graham last year. They traded up to get Travis Hunter. Now they get their D tackle in the second round in Corleone. Houston's back up on the clock. They got their guard and their D tackle. Two biggest needs for Houston already taken care of with the best guard in the class and one of the best D tackles in the class. So honestly, If you're Houston at this point, you could go anything, right? There's no position that I'm really like, maybe center. Outside of center, there's no position if I'm Houston that I'm desperately trying to draft at this point. Is there any centers worth taking here at pick 59? There's Sam Hetch out of Kansas State. That's pretty good. I think you gotta go with Sam Hetch here out of Kansas State. He's the best center available. It's not a terrible pick, like not a big reach to take him here at 59. It's the last true need that Houston has. So I'm gonna go Sam Hetch out of Kansas State to the Houston Texans. Next, we have the Titans again. So they got their running back, they got their tight end in Kenyon Sadiq and Jeremiah Love. We could continue to add to the offense and get Jeremy Bernard out of Bama. I think AJ Halsey is just too good to pass up on. Amani Hooker, Tony Adams are your current safeties. They took Kevin Winston in last year's draft. But I think with how many needs Tennessee has, you kind of just got to go best player available. And now that you've gotten some help around Cam Ward, you don't necessarily have to prioritize that, and you could really just go best player. And I think the clear best player is AJ Halsey out of LSU, so that's who we'll have going to Tennessee. Houston is up next. Again, as I said before, they kind of have all their needs taken care of. Maybe it says here they could use a linebacker or tight end, but honestly, I think they could just go anything. I don't mind running back. I like Woody Marks. Don't get me wrong, I'm a big Woody Marks guy. Even Jawar Jordan. You could go Jadarian Price. Or you can go with Max Clare and get a tight end to back up Dalton Schultz, even though Brevin Jordan and Cade Stover are both pretty good back. Even Foster Moreau as your fourth string tight end is pretty solid, to be honest. So I don't think they need to go tight end. So you know what? I'm going to go. Do they go guard again? They could just double up on guard. Just take chances at guards. I don't actually hate it. I'm going to go Chase Bisonantis. Bisontis? Chase? Bisontis. I could be saying that wrong. Out of A&M at guard. Double up on guard for Houston because they desperately need help on that offensive line. So we're going to go with another guard for Houston. Colts are up at 78. They got Jack Golday at linebacker. The other biggest needs we talked about for them were maybe safety or some tackle help. Is there any good tackles or safeties? Not really. We got Zakee Wheatley out of Penn State. Don't know if you're going to go with him at 78. Tackle-wise, you got Markel Bell out of Miami. I'm not really sure where Indy could go here. They could get another corner and go Chris Johnson out of San Diego State. Because you got Sauce, you got Kenny Moore, you got Travarius Ward. They also signed Cam Taylor-Britt. I don't know if they need corner. Do you just go pass rusher and go Derek Moore? Get some receiver help because he did trade away Michael Pittman? I like that. I like receiver. So I'm going to go Elijah Surratt out of Indiana to the Colts. Jags are next up at 81. We got their D tackle at 56. Any other massive needs for Jacksonville? Linebacker, yes. Linebacker and maybe some O-line help. What linebackers are available? Kyle Luis out of Pitt? We could do that. He'll be available at pick 88, so we're going to hold off and take him at pick 88 if he's available. So instead, do we go corner? Probably not tight end. I said I wanted a tight end for Jacksonville. So I'm going to go Michael Trigg out of Baylor to be the backup to Brenton Strange. And then with our 88th pick, we will go with Kyle Luis out of Pitt to the Jags. The Jags are back up again at pick 100. So now we have Corleone, Michael Trigg, and Kyle Luis with their first three picks. Could go running back, right? Because it's Bashal too. That's pretty much it. I like Chris Rodriguez, but maybe you want more assurance down the line with a Jonah Coleman, or you can go corner Dalen Everett. I'll go running back. I'll go Jonah Coleman out of Washington, because again, the running back room is just Facial Tune and Chris Rodriguez. So we'll add to that with Jonah Coleman. Titans are right next at 101. Got a running back, got a tight end, got a safety. They could use a corner. I know they signed Alontae Taylor and Cordell Flott out of free agency. They could use a corner. Wait, so what did we get him again? Okay, we got a tight end, running back, and a safety. So safety's taken care of. We got a running back. We got a tight end. Could use another receiver. Again, could use some O-line help mainly on the interior. Is there any centers, potentially? Brian Parker, the second guard. Billy Schrock out of Notre Dame. I don't mind Skylar Bell here. Could they use pass rush? They probably could use pass rush. I know they traded for Jermaine Johnson and they signed John Franklin Myers, but they probably could utilize some pass rush. Or linebacker. Torian York, they're not going to take him here. I'm a bit stuck here. Do we just add another weapon for Cam Ward and go Skylar Bell? I feel like that makes the most sense. We could go D-tackle maybe. Daryl Jackson out of Florida State. You know what? Let's keep on surrounding Cam Ward with weapons. Give me Skylar Bell out of UConn to the Titans. Houston's next up at 106. You can kind of just go whatever here if you're Houston. Do we go edge rusher? I know you have the best edge rush duo in football, but Daniil Hunter's not the youngest guy of all time. So I don't hate pass rush here as your next behind Daniil Hunter. So we'll go Anthony Lucas out of USC to Houston. Colts are up at 113. We got their linebacker. We got their receiver. And there wasn't any safeties I wanted to take at pick 78, but now there is at 113. We're going Bud Clark out of TCU to the Colts. Jags up at 124. We got a linebacker, D-tackle, tight end, and our running back. So that's pretty good. We covered a lot there for Jacksonville. Haven't gone O-line yet. Definitely could look into O-line. J.C. Davis out of Illinois, potentially. I think that's where we're going. It's him or Brian Parker the second. I think tackle's a little bit higher of a need. So we're going to go J.C. Davis out of Illinois. And then we have Houston at 141. Again, they can kind of just go anything here. We didn't give him a running back. So we will go. Do we go Jaden Ott, Katron Allen, or Nicholas Singleton? You know what? I'll just go with the highest guy here and go Nick Singleton out of Penn State. Tennessee's up next. I think we gotta go defense here. Or O-line. O-line's not a bad idea. But maybe not with the linemen available. Do we go Michael Taff? They signed those two good corners, but they could use some safety help. We did get AJ Halsey already, so they probably don't need Michael Taff. I think we're going to go Chris McClellan out of Missouri. They need somebody next to Jeffrey Simmons. They're actually back up on the clock at 144. So, do we go corner or tackle? We'll go tackle. I'll go Jude Bowery out of Boston College. Now we have the Colts back up at 156. We got a linebacker, a receiver, and a safety. Those are kind of the three guys. Tackle. We need tackle. Any tackles worth taking? Nolan Rucci out of Penn State. It's their last pick. But I don't know if he's worth it there. Do they have a backup running back? It's just DJ Giddens. So maybe we go Katron Allen here. Yeah, I'll go Katron Allen at 156 to the Colts. Jags have 164 and 166. Is that the last picks of the draft? No, Houston is 167. Okay. So these are the last three. It's right in front of my face. These are the last three picks. So Jacksonville, they kind of got everything taken care of. So we can kind of just draft to draft. So we'll go Quintavious Hutchins out of Boston College for some pass rush help. Again, they're pretty good with their pass rushers with Walker and Hines Allen, but why not? And then we could go guard. We could work the interior line. Go with Armaj Reed Adams just to add some talent in the interior line. So we'll go with Armaj Reed Adams. And the last pick is the Houston Texans. Kind of can just go with best player. They're not going to go quarterback. They could go tight end. I know they have good depth at tight end, but Eli Raridon out of Notre Dame is right here. Ooh, I like Harold Perkins. I feel like he's a guy that might fall, that could get picked up and be a lot better than his draft projections. We're going to go Harold Perkins to Houston to finish the AFC South mock draft. So here are the Titans' picks of Jeremiah Love, Kenyon Sadiq, Halsey, Bell, McClellan, and Bowery. The Texans got Vega Ione, McDonald, Hecht, DeSantis, Lucas, Singleton, Perkins. The Colts with Jack Golday, Surratt, Bud Clark, and Katron Allen. And the Jags with Corleone, Trigg, Louise, Coleman, Davis, Hutchins, and Reed Adams. Let me know in the comments section what you agree with and disagree with this AFC South mock draft. Leave a like if you enjoy. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.